Hello YouTube! We're here in Tartu at Animega and I'm the program organizer, the program manager. So I'll be really busy today. I don't know if I'll have time to vlog, but if you're watching this video then I did. So I'll show you around the event.
Being an organizer, especially if you're one of the main organizers like the program manager, is so weird because you see bits and pieces of everything, but you can't see almost anything in its full entirety. So while I could film clips of many things, I didn't see most of those many things in full. So here you could see the program for the two lecture halls, and here was the main stage where we had the cosplay competition, the AMV competition, and the K-pop competition, as well as the Lolita fashion showcase by Eat Me Ink Me, who was also vending at the event. We were pleasantly surprised by the amount of vendors we ended up having. We had over 30 vendors, including this author who was selling their original comic book, and they also had a comic book presentation. So overall, we were pleasantly surprised by the amount of vendors. We ended up having them on both of the main halls, on the first floor and the second floor, and we also had a vendors room in one of the classrooms. This is always a controversial take because there's always slightly less people in the classroom, but I think vendors would prefer that rather than there just not being enough space for all the vendors. But we did think that for next year, this is probably where we're gonna cap the amount of artist alley people we can have. Here you can see the separate vendor room, the classroom that had vendors separately. They were still just setting up mostly when I was filming this. But yeah, we decided that for the future, this is probably where we would cap the amount of vendors we had. So we had just over 30 and some didn't show up, so we had about 30 vendors. Then the first lecture of the day was Anime, Manga and Cosplay 101 in Estonian. This was a really well done, really detailed and in-depth lecture, but there was only one person attending it, sadly. This video has a face cam because I figured that's the best way to do it when I wanna discuss some aspects of the convention, but I don't have enough B-reel. So this was a really well done lecture, really detailed, really in-depth. Only had one person attending, and I think the issue or the reason for that is twofold. One is that this was the first lecture of the day, so maybe people hadn't gotten settled in, hadn't had the time to have a look at the program yet. But we did try to make sure that there's at least half an hour where nothing is going on in the program, where people can just come in and have a look around. So we did try to prevent this from happening. The other reason is that this is kind of an introductory lecture to the topic, and while it was very well done, I think a lot of people might have felt that they already know the introductory stuff to anime and manga and cosplay. We wanted to make sure that there's something for people who feel like they don't know enough about the scene, but maybe that wasn't necessary. The next lecture we had was a Kiaru fashion lecture hosted by a very lovely local Kiaru enthusiast. Now, I listened to most of this lecture because I really wanted to listen to it, and it was great. No notes. I really enjoyed it. I had to leave a little bit before it was over, but I overall really enjoyed it. Then I was also managing, in addition to the lectures, the AMV contest, and the AMV contest actually started with the dance studio Hana doing a K-pop dance routine, which I was actually surprised by. I wasn't aware that that was gonna happen, so that was a nice surprise both for me and the audience. And then we of course had the intro video of the contest as well, which was done by me and which I already uploaded more than a week ago. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. I uploaded it right after the event, and I also made a playlist with all of the videos that I was able to find on YouTube. If I didn't add yours to the playlist, make sure to contact me write me a comment under this video or under my intro. But I tried to find all of the videos we had. We had 8 videos in the contest. I was super happy because while that doesn't seem like a lot, I was really worried that maybe there won't be enough to have an AMV contest at all, because this is now the only AMV contest in Estonia. So I was really happy that we could at least host it. We had 3 judges, one of them from Finland and 2 from Estonia, and I'm super grateful that I got to work with them and that they agreed to judge and work with us. And I think they were happy with the event as well. Now, next up, I'm gonna talk to you guys about food. We did have food for the judges and the host, but for our guests, we sadly didn't have any vendors who sold food at the event. And this was one of the main complaints, or one of the pieces of negative criticism and feedback that I heard, so I want to address it. This was something that was already discussed prior to the event as well, and we did try very hard to find food vendors. However, a lot of the thematic food vendors are in Tallinn. This event was in Tartu. Some of them we spoke to, and I was very concerned about it, but we ultimately decided that because it is a one-day event, hopefully people are going to be able to buy food and snacks and bring their foods and snacks from the nearby stores, for instance. Also, the fact that the convention was held in a school made the food situation more difficult, because while we could have had vendors who sold like a little snacks, having vendors who make food is very difficult in a school setting. But this is definitely something that we will address for the future event, for the next event. I definitely want there to be at least good options for drinks, but also good options for food. And I have already spoken to someone, and there's already hope that next time there will be food and drink at the event. So this is definitely one of those shortcomings that I am very aware of and that we're working on to remedy for the next event. But hopefully, if you were at the event, you still managed. Thankfully, there were food stores nearby. The event also had gaming tournaments and a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. You can see the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament here. I just went to say hi because I also play Yu-Gi-Oh, but obviously I didn't have time to play or to check it out. Then, of course, we also had the cosplay competition. Our cosplay competition format is slightly different in that contestants submit interesting facts about their outfits, and our show host will read out these facts and talk about their outfits. This is something that is done in Finland quite a lot, but isn't done anywhere else in Estonia. If you were at the event, let us know how you feel about this particular format. I personally like it, but I do know that I think some people would still prefer the show format. This format also works better if you have a small stage like we did here, so that's one of the reasons. And it is also organizationally much easier if you don't have all these different audio tracks you have to keep track of. The cosplay competition was still very, very popular, and I obviously filmed my favorite fandoms. I could catch a little bit of them. Here I also took a photo with all of the Wings cosplayers. Musa wasn't performing, but Bloom and Stella both were. If you want to see more of the cosplay competition, we did actually have a YouTuber at the event. I will link them down below, but you can find them if you Google Animega. It's Mari Mokkori 18, and you can find their YouTube channel here. You can see loads of the performances from the convention. And yeah, this was our official YouTuber. They contacted us and wanted to film. I'm gonna subscribe to them, and they also have an Animega playlist here with 21 videos. It isn't all of the performers, but you can see a lot of them, and the quality is very good and nice, so make sure to check them out. During the cosplay competition, we also had 2 lectures. One was the comic book presentation, and the other was the magical girl presentation that you can see here. The comic book presentation sadly didn't have any attendees, and I will say that this is completely on me. It's dangerous to put 2 lectures at the same time as a cosplay competition, but at the same time, I knew that the cosplay competition was going to be very full and still wanted people who aren't interested interested in the cosplay competition, or if there aren't any free spaces left at the cosplay competition, that they would still have something to do. So I don't think it's inherently wrong to have something going on during the cosplay competition, but maybe it should just be one thing rather than multiple things. But the Magical Girl lecture was very, very good, and I tried to listen to most of it. Again, I couldn't catch the whole of it, but I really enjoyed the parts I did listen. And then we had a panel and fashion showcase by Eid Me. She had 6 wonderful models dressed up in gorgeous Lolita fashions, and I managed to get quick clips of the fashion show. I'm very happy with it. I think everyone looked beautiful. Sadly, I couldn't stay for her panel, but I'm really glad that we had beautiful models modeling her wonderful fashions. Then I also had my own meetup, my MSDX meetup for an hour. I thought I would have time to get things for the quiz and everything, but then it was 5 o'clock and I actually sent my mom, who was volunteering for our event, to buy some extra things. So I had my meetup, and obviously I don't have any video of the meetup, but I can just show you the slides I used for the quiz. So we had a quiz and you could win the quiz, and I had this Heaven Official's Blessing notebook as a prize, and I also sent my mom to buy something from Bandayama, one of our vendors, and most of the stuff was already sold out, but she managed to get me one small acrylic figure. So we had our meetup with the quiz and some games afterwards, and I'm really thankful to everyone who showed up. It was a little hectic for me. I did wonder if I should even have a meetup at the event where I'm organizing so many things, but I'm really glad that I did, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. Then to finish up the day, I listened to a lecture about the early history of Lolita fashion, and that was wonderful and really, really enjoyable. Super interesting. I actually knew that the closing ceremony was gonna overlap a little bit, and I decided that I really want to catch the lecture and listen to it as much as possible, but I did see the ending ceremony as well. And there were actually many more lectures that I couldn't film because I just didn't have the time. You can see all of the lectures here in our Instagram, and make sure to follow our Instagram for future news. As I already alluded to several times within this video, we are planning on doing this event again next year. Obviously, the food situation we are trying to remedy. The lectures I was personally happy with. I was very sad that we had one lecture with no turn up and we had one lecture with just one person turning up, but in general I think the selection of lectures was good, and in general I also think that it is good to have multiple things going on at the same time, because it will make the event feel more substantial. It will make it feel like there's lots of stuff to do, and we were actually very happy with the attendance as well. We had over 500 people attending. If you were at the event, did you enjoy it? It was also difficult for many people to find the venue, because the school we hosted this at had 2 buildings and lots of people went to the other building. We did try to remedy this by putting the address everywhere, and during the day I even made extra posts and put it in the stories and put it in the bio on Instagram, but still some people were really upset with us over that. So we will try to make sure that the venues are always easy to find. I can't tell you for certain right now whether the next convention will be at the same venue or at a different one. It may also be at a different venue. If you wanna check it out and if you wanna keep tabs on this event, definitely follow us on Instagram. We're most active on Instagram, and our event website is part of the Bandayama website. And of course, this video is also sponsored by Bandayama. They were one of the organizers for this event, and as I mentioned, a lot of their stuff was selling out during the event. So obviously they have loads of really good stuff that lots of people are interested in. So make sure to check out their website, and when you're there, make sure to use my creator code HALDIA5 to get 5% off your order and support my channel as well. So if you want to support this event and me and the shop, then make sure to shop there. This was Animega. It was my second time organizing it, and I look forward to organizing the third one. Hopefully, currently we are planning on having a third one. If you were at the event, please let me know. I would be super happy to hear from you and to see you at future events. And of course, I hope to see you around this channel as well. Check out some of my other videos and make sure to check out the AMV playlist as well as our official YouTubers videos. And I'll see you in another video of mine. Bye! Oh, apparently also the artist alley had wink stickers and I just didn't notice them. I sold them at the official photos, which should be up soon if they're not already. But yeah, I just missed wink stickers, which I'm very sad about.